Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using the Colonial Charter mod version 1.6, and last episode was by way of introduction to this episode. That's one of the reasons I was thinking about doing the longer videos, is that I could spend a half hour or so working on just catching up on all the little things, and then I can really get into playing the game. So if I do these in couplets once in a while, that'll still accomplish the same goal. That should work out just fine. Graveyards are all full again. Darn. Look at that. Now, in the early days of Banished, graveyards were a problem. In fact, when I was recording the series on Springview, I was kind of surprised to find that the graveyards were losing graves. I didn't realize that they had changed the way that they work, the mechanics of it, by letting them degrade once in a while, so that they, new ones could hop in and there, one just disappeared right there, and that you wouldn't be overwhelmed by needing lots of graveyards. But Ramblington is starting to fall into that old pattern of needing lots of graveyards. So when you don't, wish there was a way to scroll through citizens. Just to randomly pick them. When you don't, you'll find when there's been a death in the family, quite often what happens is this person will have just 1 star. And in other words, extremely sad and not happy, and will spend most of their time idling. So if that is a farmer, then that's a farmer that is not going to be harvesting that field today. So that can be a problem. Town arrival is being demolished. And am I really going slow because that's queued, even though it's not a real menu, real dynamic menu? Let me turn this off. Wow. So even though I only have the demolished version of it sitting there, it's still got a problem with speed. Let's watch this happen. We're going to get our gazebo in, and we're going to move into a few other projects. Got to get all the new mining area up. We've got to get more of the key walls in, and we've got to get over to the stone storage over here. That's been waiting to go and look at it. There's a few others maybe pop back behind here that we want to go see. Alright, that's done. But we still have to wait for this one. I cannot prioritize this one either. That's right. So we're just going to stuck waiting on that one. 82 jobs. Wow. Okay, it's going to be a while. So Trader just came in. You brought us some interesting things. Some brick. Yes, thank you. Any stone? No stone. Coke, gold, oil, fancy, bronze. I'll take 1 more load of bronze. The gazebo uses bronze. And that was a stumbling block that I had hit before. So we're not really making our own yet. So we want to at least get some available. Glass, copper ore, hardwood. How are we on hardwood? I'm going to check that now. I'm going to go over this way. There you are. Hardwood. I think we are actually using hardwood a little bit faster than we're making it now. Yeah, we were in the 12, then we were in the 10, now we're in the 7s. So we are going to need to start buying hardwood. Let me leave that there for the moment. Pause the game. Helps just a tiny bit. There we go. I guess I didn't have to come back over here to see this in order to operate this, but it's just habit. Hardwood we're going to buy. And actually it looks like we could afford to buy some logs too. Need to go and look at that area over there and see if we can streamline it a bit. Hardwood, what do we have? 500. Rough tools. So were there logs? There were not logs. Okay, I'm going to call that one good. 3260. We're going to continue. Well, we could continue. Let's go to the bottom. We could continue with the fancy furniture, but I also want to get rid of some things that are plugging up the system. So pub meals are really overloading that little tavern over there. So we could definitely wipe out this whole group right here. Like, let's do that. 2,500. Well, we'll do 2,000 of it. Well, I don't know what we'll do. Let me look at something. Pub. 732 out there for the citizens to actually eat. Aha. So we should at least maintain a few for the citizens to eat. They'll use it as food, and that will supplement our food numbers over here. Okay. So let's just take out 500. Okay. Otherwise, maple syrup is finally starting to flow in over here. One thing that over on Basker's channel, Basker98, he was fighting a problem with, I think it was full coats being brought over. And he was sitting there waiting for the full coats to arrive. It'd be like our cloth down coats, for instance. And they weren't coming because there were several items up above that had not been filled yet. There were requests up here that they were still, the traders were still out there trying to get those orders first. And it takes this in order. So if you're really waiting for, well, for the many thousands of maple syrup that we've made to come in here, then you got to not buy any or sell anything up above. Too bad there's no way to reorder this thing to get the maple syrup at the top, because that's what we want to get the most out of our system. We've got so much maple. In fact, we might just shut down that orchard. That might be something that's worth doing. We have enough maple to last us well into the next decade. Couple of decades. 15,000 maple sap. Well, maple syrup actually is low, because I moved 1,000, I think, into each one of the traders as well. There was a lot of syrup at one point. Okay, so we'll sell off the 78 that's there, I guess, and we'll just stop there. Anyway, I'm spending a lot of time trying to accomplish very little here. What else is taking up room? We're looking for another 2,600. Here's 1,200 right here. So another 1,400. Let's just do it in fancy furniture and get it over with. We're going up by 20s. Going up 600 at a time. So that would be almost 70? 7. So 6. That's not a 6. There's a 6. Alright, 24 more. Let's do 12 of these and call it done. Alright, so there's some brick and bronze and hardwood. Trade and dismiss. Okay, what do we want to get done here? We're not done with this, so maybe next episode we'll be able to start working on Founders Park. We'll give that the name. Meanwhile, let's do some key walls real quick. This should go in pretty quickly. Key walls are under themes, and they're this last tab over here. And we were exploring this tiny little triangle here, because he does such a good job of filling that in. Although we cannot actually build on top of those triangles. You see the... yeah, that's probably a bad choice there. Where's a small building? Anyway, the diagonal red marks in there, the red squares, that's the triangles. So if we do want to build something here, we'll have to delete those triangles first. And something else I was going to do over here, because it will fit the pattern a little bit better. I'm going to go back to the ghosts, which are these. Actually start with the diagonal. What am I thinking of? Right there. That needs to go there. 2 of these need to go in here. And then this guy kind of finishes the pattern right there. And because we are eventually going to take out the shore houses in this area. But that's the way I want it to look under the bridges, the ends of the bridges. There we go. Yeah, he was working on the reeds. Sorry, guy. So that's the look I want for the ends of the bridges. And I bring that up because that was an issue that came up right over here. Decided to bridge this key wall all the way out to here. Actually, we're going to key wall, I'm thinking, out into this area because we need to put in a foundry. We need to be able to process our silver. And we could do it with the building that looks like this, which puts out all the black soot right next to all of our houses over here, which I really don't want to do. I wanted the end of the industry that they hated to end at this road right here, because we're still about 8-10 spaces from the next house. So that needs to we need to not do, soot up this area. So I'm thinking that the Foundry, the water powered, is going to be our best option here. Don't really care for the look of these things. To me, it's kind of a big, stone block. It just doesn't have character. It just looks strange to me as a building from this era. I'm sure it is. I'm sure they did their homework, but it doesn't look all that pretty to me. But I will put it in anyway because it is stone, so it should match well to the key walls. That is this guy, like that. And if I recall, the door is on this side, right there. There's the door right above my mouse. So I think we'll line this up with the road and with the other road there. So he's going to go there, and we're going to key wall up to this guy, and maybe end it there. Maybe end the key walls at this point. So this sluice box over here, this placer mine, is probably going to be taken out. I want to put a series of them down over here, and more of the precious mines through this area. So it looks like the tailings are coming out of the precious mine. They're going down to the sluice boxes, and the last step is being done right below them. Thematically, this would look a lot better than this guy over here because he fit. So we're going to do some changes over here. But let's key wall up to this point just so we can get the sense of something being accomplished here. So that is, are we still there? We're not. Themes, this guy. And we're going to continue to use the ghost pieces so that we can, at a moment's notice, go ahead and... That's interesting. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to think if that's the right... I think it's the right placement. So we can drop buildings in here and not worry about it. So this guy. Alright, let's run a series of these through. I think we'll do another one of these. Yeah, that looks about right. And then some more of these. Well, I know that I want a block of 3 under the bridge. That needs to be there. Oh, darn it. I accidentally clicked. Yeah, you need to go away. So I guess we'll just do it right there. I'm trying to figure out the depth. What is the right depth to use? What did we do over here? We've got to turn off something. That is just driving me nuts. There we go. So, alright, we've got framing right here. So yeah, we want the road to drop in right there. Although this is the different kind of bridge. Ah, different bridge. Okay. So we don't have a pattern yet. This is actually the drawbridge, which splits right here and draws this whole section up into there. Neat. So we have gears working here. I want to make this look right. So that actually gets in the way of the gears. I think we can still make that work. Yeah, we'll do that. So there, this needs to bounce out 1. So is that the right one? Yeah. So it means this needs to bounce out 1, like that. And this guy goes in. And a single? That build? That did build. Alright. So that's our look there. This goes away. We continue it around until we hit the Foundry over here. That's what that's called, right? Foundry, or is that a Forge? Foundry. Okay. Alright, then we're going to eventually relocate the shore houses and continue this around. The city side of the river is going to be a more industrialized area, whereas the town side is going to be a little more of a wild area. Now this is another area we need to work on. Anything going on here? Let's take a look at this first. Let's kind of clean things up. We did get our storehouses in. So rather than using stockpiles for the area, we're going to use storehouses and make it look a little bit cleaner. 34 stone and 11 stone, so we're not saving a lot, or we're not keeping it here at least. We've got at least one stone cart, maybe two, so they're probably actively hauling to like here where this guy is making statues, which we do need to get into the traders soon. But what I wanted to do was get one more shore house in here because there is room for one, and then trade out. We can actually cancel this guy while I'm talking. That should be able to fit over here. And I want to put a warehouse over here between the four of these guys so we can get rid of more of our stockpiles. So shore house is there. Yeah, I like it right there. Let's stick it out into the water a little bit. And we do need to see that one because he will add labor somewhere that you'll suck labor out of the other ones if we don't catch it. We'll peek over at this house. Yeah, we got some houses going in over here. We got to come in and add a bunch more houses soon. We have a trader waiting for us. You are nothing yet. And he is over here. Usually food over here. Nope, he is a planter, so he's got some seeds. Don't need those. You're going to be coming in. Can we put our gazebo in yet? Not yet. Alright. What else is there to do in this area? We've got that trader coming in, but we need more silver coming in so we can up our production, or at least get started our production on silverware so we can get back to building our fancy homewares. So if we're going to get more than 6 silver ore a year, we're going to need several of these guys in at a time. So that would be there. Here? No, raw resources. Here. There we go. That's this guy. And what's interesting I found about this guy, that's where I want to be. They will interact with each other. We can build this right through the other one. From that point on. Nope. That point on. So really it's whatever we want to make it look like. So I'm going to combine these rocks a bit just outside of the wood right there, the tower, so that it looks like we've got several mines plowing into the same veins over here, veins of metals. So I'm thinking kind of like that. And we'll let that one build, and then once it's built we'll place the next one to be kind of inside of that one. And we want some placer mines over here, which is this guy, so that coming right off of these is the ability to continue to, see, you're over here, to sluice box all of the tailings coming out. So I like the look of that, the way that feels. So I want him to actually stick out into the water. We can do that. Can we do one more? We cannot. No. And now we hit this building. Okay. Can we do one on this side of the road? We can. And we can do one right there. Okay, there's two. I don't think we can get any more out of here. We're on a bit of a diagonal in this area. So the next one we can put in is right there. We'll do 3 of those. This will be the last. Well, we'll do the middle one. We'll bring that up here. Shanty to go check out, but let's go check out this trader first, who is right here. You are animals. Nope, we don't need those yet. Alright, shanties are going in. I just left one up here to remind me to go over and look at this area. Good, 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 good. And we are into the autumn of 89. 90 years we've been running this thing. Now, I think the citizens age 4 years per year. So we have seen 360 years worth of their lives over here. That's longer than the United States has been a nation, so that's quite extreme. Let's see what's going on here. We're into autumn, so we're basically 3/4 of the way through the year. And we've got 4, that's not a fisherman, a fishing dock. Dock fishery, 4 people in here. We've brought in about 2,000 and 3/4, so we're on course to make probably 2,100, maybe 22 next time. Well, late autumn, so 21. You guys, 4, and you are bringing in a lot less. I know you're capable of it. I was worried that these guys were going to block too much of the circle, and that was actually going to diminish our ability to our efficiency here. But I did have in that failed episode these guys come in the same, and they came in over 2,000 each. So the theory does work. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly build the what was that last one? I heard a noise. Died of old age, died of old age. Crushed by a rock. That must have been it there. Okay. Let's put in... I left a space here on purpose to run a dock between them, so that these guys can interact if they need to. They can share storage, share houses, whatever's necessary. So let's go ahead and get that put in. Themes, and these guys right here. Right there. Putting them in by braille. Alright, short one. Right there. Okay, that's going in. Let's quickly put in a storage, and I'm thinking a small storage. This guy, we're using the fish so fast that I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, small storage. That's interesting. He's got doors on all sides. We'll do that, and we'll leave a couple spaces here in case we want to dock off to the land over here. So a couple of shanties right there. That's the door, so that's the back side, and we'll leave those same couple of spaces there too, and one in between. Alright, so that should be ready for next time. There's nothing that I need to flag over here because there's no employees involved. What were you? Reserve of logs is low. Yes, it is. Something else that I did during that episode that made a lot of sense, but before I go back to that, well, is to put a forester right here and then keep chopping this stuff down for temporary wood. I want to show you something right here. This is an important issue to understand. You know, some of you do already, but I'm still seeing a lot of mistakes out there in the Let's Play. So if anybody happens to catch this episode who's also creating their own series of Let's Plays, I want you to see this firsthand so you kind of get a grasp of what's happening. Well, let's start over here. I left this strip over here. I don't know if I had a double road here or what. No, I actually shrunk this pasture down. But I didn't shrink this pasture down because there was a free space through here, a green space. And when this sheep right here gets butchered, the 3 or 4 products will land right here. There's only a problem here if this cow happens to get butchered at the same time and the game needs to drop his goods right here. Maybe they will stagger a little bit further down and these will stagger further up or something like that. There's a chance that there's a conflict here and we're going to lose a few of those pieces in the middle. But odds are they could butcher any of these in any location anywhere around the map, and not at the same time that this pasture is also butchering something in the same position. So odds are one green strip is going to be fine alongside or in between 2 pastures. We don't have to have a space on both sides of the road here because there's enough room to share. Over here, there's not. The orchard here will take up every single space to dump off his goods. Now he is able to move across and dump off over here. So if this was trees and a road and one green space, he's already taken all the green space. These trees would lose everything. You wouldn't get it counted. You wouldn't get any of this food counted because it couldn't drop off because every single space here was taken. So orchards cannot share the green space. They need You know, if you want to get a road in there, then you need 3 spaces in between, a road and a space on each side. The pastures do not, because it isn't as constant and as solidly used as the orchards are. Does that make sense? Okay. So I was heading over here next when I happened to see the perfect opportunity to explain what's happening here. Same thing over here. If there had been a green space, a road, and an orchard, then there would have been potentially some conflict, especially over here. This is all taken. These would have just given up. But anyway, one problem we're having right now is that we need to get another forester or 2 going somewhere. And I just don't want to go out there and create another forest node right now. They have seemed to have really overcut. And so I think we finally had enough labor to put 4 in every single forester, and they all went to work. So now they're going to work planting, and eventually we're going to get a cycle of all kinds of trees here, and they're all going to get to work cutting. So we're in a low cycle right now. Just had a mine go down. So in a cycle, you know, the low end of a cycle there for the trees, we need a substitute of trees. One way to do that is simply go in and clear cut a large swath. But that really denudes our town. So if we could find a place to put a forester in, just set to plant. Let him replant everything. Then we'll go through and clear cut it again. Then he'll replant everything. And we'll just keep cycling that as a band-aid for when we need some help over here. So that is my thought. This seems to be a good area to do that. This area is too far away, unless we ran the dock across. That's a possibility. You can shortcut right there. We could get further up into here, but that's an awful walk as well. So I think this is our best spot right now. So let's grab a forester. Yeah, just a normal everyday forester with the tower. I like the ranger tower. I can identify what that is. And his circle does pretty good. I don't want to be planting trees in the in the graveyard over there. So we want to be somewhere here. Alright, so what is down here? We'll do that. That'll be fine. And we are going to need to see him. Let's clean up a few things here. Reed Farms went in. We'll pop over there to see that. These guys just went in. Only 1 employee for each, so we'll just do that. And they're done, because reeds were getting low. This guy has run out. So I noticed in between episodes that reeds were having a little trouble. So once we stop running out of reeds, and we can go back and boost this guy back up. I could do it right now before we forget. Who is making out of reeds, out of fire bundles. And we should maintain our furnace fuel situation there. Okay, let me think what's going on here. We got these guys done, so we can turn this off. And the other guy's hiding here somewhere. There's a dock shanty. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Didn't mean to click that. Who are you? 1-room schoolhouse. So is there anything else over here? Where's the other? Shorehouse went in. Where's the other reeds? Well, I only did 1 of them. I only left 1 up here. That's why. Okay. Schoolhouse, you're over here. We want a teacher in this one. No, we don't. We want to upgrade this one. And let's have the capacity of 80, capacity of 50. Let's have the ability to house as many as possible in this little part of town over here. I think that's going to be important. So we'll leave that one up to see it. Shorehouse is over here. We want to set you for clay and pop in a couple more there. And our stockpile went away. So let's grab a warehouse, material warehouse. That's a good spot. Well, I like my little sidewalks going in. We'll do that. It looks better. You kick them a space off of the road, so you got room to put a little walking path into it. So when that's done, we'll get rid of this, and all 4 of these will be dumping into this guy. And then theoretically, all of these guys will walk over here and grab the clay. We know it's not going to work, but we could dream. Am I done? I'm losing my voice. Gazebo? No. Oh, large cart. Okay. Now we can officially delete this for real. Yeah. But now we can prioritize it. Is there any chance that that can be done in the next minute or two? What else is there to check? Any traders in? I hear any noises? There is one. You. Silver ore, yes. As hard as it is to get this stuff, as long as it takes, I'm surprised it's only worth 3. That seems out of proportion to the rarity of it. Logs we will grab. Bronze, no, not anymore. Sand we should be fine. Although there is one thing I've got to adjust with the sand. I forgot to do that. We'll call that good. Okay, so we're 430. We'll just do that real quick. What is... Oh, a mine went out somewhere. I've got to go do that as well. 430. Let's do that in bone meal. Bone meal was plugging up our system a while back. Oh, there were 3 each, not 1 each. Oh, okay. So let's try that again. 3 goes into 430. Oh boy, that's gonna make me work here, huh? You're going up by 20s. That's gonna take a while, isn't it? Well, actually, it's not gonna take that long. Okay, I'll cheat. All right, so 10 more. 10 onions will finish us off. There we go. Trade and dismiss. And I need to figure out where the miners. Yeah, I can't click on this button right here to figure out where you work, because you no longer work there. Okay. So which... Whoa, that's the wrong keys. I think it was this guy right here. Yeah, you are. So you're going to go down, and miners, we're going to take 5 of you off. And there's one more something somewhere. Oh, a teacher. I got to get rid of a teacher. Okay. So miners, M. And a teacher. Right there. That should satisfy all that. So with that, well, okay, let's see this go in, and then we'll probably call that done. The mine is a reminder. The chapel did go in. We'll head over there. And you need a pastor. That gets satisfied. Why did that not get satisfied? A building has caught fire. Okay. Let's transport to the fire. And we will do that next time. We're going to leave this one with an authentic cliffhanger. So this has been Noble Rambler. I thank you guys for watching. And if you'd hit the subscribe down there, I'd appreciate it. The like helps as well. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye, folks.